How did we get from here?
Hi guys, I'm Linda.
And I'm Kurt.
To here.
He's off. He's off to go look at our boat.
We have come a long way over the last 6 months and have experienced incredible memories as well as made some mistakes along the way.
I've never done this before. Hopefully we can get some better footage for you guys.
Best part of it all is that you guys have been with us through it all. So what's next? Stick around and enjoy the ride that is La Vida Gypsea.
Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to another week of something, I don't know. We're on our way back to Manzanillo. I know it is about a 40-something hour trip. Hopefully we'll be sailing, we don't know. For now, we are enjoying the last bit of light that we have, catching the sunset as it goes down. There it is, going down. And hopefully we'll be in Manzanillo in a couple of days. So stick around and see what happens.
Hey guys, I'm on night watch right now, so I'm gonna make it really fast and really brief, but nothing exciting has really happened. We've had no wind all night, which has been no surprise, but we did have our port engine turned off, and I unfortunately had to wake Kurt up, even though I didn't want to, but I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was trying to turn it on and it wouldn't turn on, and literally we were going like 0.5 knots, so I had to get him up. So he woke up and tried to check it and nothing. I mean, he's too tired to deal with it, so hopefully tomorrow morning we'll figure out what's going on with it, but I'm gonna go back up to make sure that we don't die.
Good morning. Woo! I'm trying not to drop it. I see you got the sails up.
Thank you. They're about to come down.
About to come down.
We've lost all wind.
How was the last morning shift?
It was fine. Yeah. Doing good. Just enjoying my Saturday morning with my favorite dog. Sitting out here on the trampoline having fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm making breakfast. It should be coming up soon.
Okay. That sounds great.
You gotta be a sailor, you gotta be a boat mechanic, you gotta be all sorts of things when you're living on board a sailboat. And I think I've got Kurt down here trying to figure out what's going on with our port side engine. Let's find out if he's made any headway.
It's always something, and today it is the port side engine. We are having a hard time getting the thing started. It started giving us some troubles as we were leaving Zihuatanejo, and I'm not sure why, because this engine has been, of the two, the more reliable one, and it worked fine all during Sailfest. But it seems like we've got a dead battery. I was thinking that maybe the alternator was bad and stopped putting out some juice to charge this starting battery. So we have this switch box over here that is supposed to add the house batteries. If you have a low battery, you add the house batteries to give it a little extra kick and get it started. And that wasn't doing the trick last night. We would get it to turn over, but it wouldn't turn over enough to start the engine. So I said, all right, I'm not gonna mess with it in the middle of the night. We ran with the starboard engine. But this morning I started checking all the connections, checking the voltages, and it seems to be fine. The switch works. It is adding the house power to it. The battery is low. It is too low to start the engine, and I'm surprised with that because it's been a good battery. And I checked the alternator, and the alternator is putting out the volts it's supposed to be doing, so it seems like the alternator is fine. So I guess the battery just died on me. I'm not sure. So this morning when I was testing it, I tested it with the starboard engines on and the house batteries turned on, which I'm going to flip the switch and turn them on. And with that running, it seems to have enough power and cranked right up. And like I said, the alternator is putting 14.5 volts into the starting battery, so I'm not exactly sure what the problem was last night. But for now, I got the engine running, and we're going to use this one for a while and give the other one a break.
When we were looking for a boat, we wanted a reliable blue water cruising catamaran. Like every boat, La Vida Gypsea has had her fair shares of boat projects since we've bought her. However, after 6 months, we still feel like she's been taking good care of us, and we made a solid purchase, and we're confident that she will take us all over the world.
Well, guys, the captain is giving me some bad news today. Apparently, this 40-something hour sail isn't gonna be 40-something hours. He's saying it's like 50, 60-something hours. We are not getting the speed that we need to be getting, even with our engines on. I don't know if it has any relation to do with the engine problems that we were facing last night or what. We did clean our holes before we left. We checked the props, we cleaned all those things, but we're just not going as fast as we want. And after recalculating some things, it seems like this is gonna be a very, very long trip. But I am going to use this time to continue my self-reflection and share some of my thoughts with you guys. And I just want to say that I am quite proud of myself. I'm proud that we've made it this far and we're going back up and starting a new adventure. I've learned so much so quickly over the last 6 months. I think I've become a better sailor, and I've learned a lot just here and there, the world. It's been great learning about myself, learning about the definition of trust. Trust has become a completely different word for me. I trust Kurt with my life 100%, and begrudgingly he also kind of has to do the same and trust me with his life too. I've learned a lot about independence, having to figure things out on my own and not asking Kurt for help on the tiny little things, because he's got a lot on his plate all the time, and I do appreciate all the work that he does. I've learned that the world is an amazing and beautiful place. I kind of already knew that. That's why I love traveling. But traveling on a boat really does bring out the explorer side of me more. And this life is not for everyone, but I will finish this thought by saying that every day that's passed, even though it's been a crazy ride, I feel more and more that this sailing life is for me. Look at that water. That's so blue. It's so nice. Oh, I want to touch it.
Wow, guys, it is a hot one today. There is almost no wind. It is so still. I'm just trying to get a little bit of relief from the sun by sitting in the shade of the mainsail, and the only reason the mainsail is up is to give me some shade because we aren't doing any sailing today. It's just a motoring kind of a day. But the good news is we are making good time. We started out the trip thinking that it might take us a little longer to get to Manzanillo than planned, because when we started we had wind coming right at our nose, and I believe the current was working against us, so we were really fighting to make some headway. But now the wind has died down, the current's working with us, and so we're traveling almost twice the speed that we were when we started. We've made up good time, and we're going to get into Manzanillo on schedule, so that's good because I didn't want to be coming into our anchorage at night. But the bad news is that we've had to do so much motoring on this trip. The last 2 days have been a lot of motoring. Luckily I had the diesel, but it's not what I wanted to do. I'm here to sail, and I wanted to sail, and I didn't get to do much sailing. We did get some sailing in yesterday, but not nearly as much as I wanted. But that's because we don't live the retired cruiser lifestyle. We don't live the same lifestyle that a lot of these cruisers do, where they can pick the days that they are going to sail based on the wind conditions, based on whether the wind is going in your favor and whether or not you have good winds. We're kind of limited to our work schedules because we're still hustling out here. Linda is working online, teaching English, as you know, and I appreciate everything she does for us by doing that. And we're also still doing this YouTube thing, and so that dictates the days that we can travel. So right now, when we have these long passages, we're kind of stuck to traveling on weekends so that we don't lose any days where we should be working. Which means, as long as there's no dangerous conditions, as long as there's no storms, we've got to go. It doesn't matter if the winds are against us. It doesn't matter if there are no winds. We go when we've got the time to go. And it's a little bit of a drag, but hey, we're out here cruising. We're also hustling and paying our bills, so it's all good.
The wind gods answered our prayers, and we were able to sail all the way through the night, which gave our engines a break. We pushed through the tiredness of our second night at sea with our sights set on getting to Manzanillo. When we began our adventure, we started out in Nuevo Vallarta. From there, we chose to explore the southern half of Mexico first, making Zihuatanejo our goal to reach. We experienced our first night passage through Cabo Corrientes. We gave Rigby the best day of her life, swimming with dolphins in Tenacatita, and we got to see the charm of many little towns, including Barra de Navidad. Once we spent some time savoring Zihuatanejo, we turned La Vida Gypsea right back around and are now heading north on a 48-hour passage to Manzanillo. From there on, we plan on making it past Nuevo Vallarta and head deep into the crystal clear waters and fascinating marine life of the Sea of Cortez, and we cannot wait to bring you guys along. With that being said, thank you guys so much for being part of this journey with us. We appreciate all your comments and support. Be sure to show that love by hitting that like button, and if you're new here, subscribe. It's totally free, and it helps encourage us to continue documenting our endeavors for you. We can't wait to share all of the exciting things that the next 6 months have in store for us. We can hear the faint sound of a tuba, and that can just mean one thing when you're in Manzanillo, and that means we made it.
We made it.
We made it. Great job. It's like a siren calling us to our anchorage.
The tuba.
The tuba. And the jet skis.